on BBC Two, Sarah is about to catch something. What can it be?
I just want you to lie back and relax, Sarah. Now, let me have a look at this. Oh dear, oh dear. Poor Sarah.
Hi. What a fuss. I'm fine, really. Just can't seem to persuade XP. See, he's got this bee in his bonnet that I'm really sick, and he won't listen. See, it all started the other day when we were playing noughts and crosses.
There, I've won.
No, you haven't.
Look, 3 crosses in a row, like you said.
Yes, but one thing.
What?
You were not.
You sure?
Yes.
Why do you keep doing that?
What?
Going...
Because my nose is all bunged up. Don't feel very well, actually.
Well, I don't think I'd feel very well if I kept going... Why don't you stop doing it and then your nose might feel better?
The other way round, XP.
How did your nose get the other way round? Can it move? Never knew that. You see, you've moved your nose and it's started making all sorts of funny noises.
Oh, flip. I knew I wasn't feeling well. I've got the bug.
Bug?
Yeah, there's this bug going all around our school. Loads of my mates caught it.
Oh, why did they let it escape then?
It's not like that, XP.
You mean there isn't a bug?
We just call it a bug. In actual fact, I'm not sure what it is. All I know is it's making me feel ill. I think I'd better lie down.
Oh, come and lie down on the sofa, Sarah. Come and lie down.
Oh.
And I'm going to find out some more about this bug.
I was feeling all weak and wobbly. But then, trying to explain things to XP sometimes leaves me like that. Never mind getting a bug. XP made me a comfy spot to sit quietly for a bit, while he started one of his inquiries. He called it his bug hunt.
Right. If there's a bug going round, I'm going to find it. Maybe I need some help. Uh-huh. Ah, yes. There you are. Activate smart specs. Scan to identify.
Activated. Scanning. This is a soil mite. You find them in the ground.
Oh. I wonder if there are any more. Maybe there are bugs that are even smaller. Mm-hmm. Scan to magnify.
Magnifying.
Gotcha. Some bugs right here in the carpet. Little spidery things. Scan to identify. Audio on.
Activated. Scanning. This is a dust mite. You find them inside people's houses. Dust mites are very small. Humans can only see them through a microscope.
Now, let's see what else I can find. Ah. Scan to magnify.
Magnifying. These are algae. You find them in water.
All here.
Scan to identify.
Scanning. These are fungi. You can find them where it's warm and damp. Magnifying for clear view.
Scan to identify.
Scanning. These are bacteria. You can find them almost everywhere. Magnifying for clear view. This is one of them. You can see its many tails which help it to move.
Display results.
Displaying. In the kitchen you have found soil mites, dust mites, algae, fungi and bacteria.
Oh, Sarah, you should be resting.
No, it's okay. I feel a bit better now. Just looking up some stuff.
No, there are bugs everywhere. No wonder one made you feel ill. There are millions and millions of them, and they're all over the place. I bet there's loads in here. Look, I'll show you. Activate Smart Specs. Scan to magnify. I'll put the picture on your screen. Remote to computer.
Computer accessed. Scanning to magnify.
Amazing!
Scan to identify. Audio on.
Identifying. On Sarah's handkerchief there are viruses. In this picture they are the tiny yellow dots you can see.
Hey, I've heard of those, XP. Maybe that was my bug.
Maybe, Sarah. There are loads of those little things everywhere.
Just how little are they?
Info scan and display.
A virus is so small that millions of them would fit on the head of a pin.
But what exactly do they do? Let's look it up. V-I-R-U-S.
Viruses are the smallest living things on Earth. Viruses, as well as bacteria, algae and fungi, are called microbes. This is because you can only see them with a microscope. Some microbes are smaller than others. If one of these tiny fungi was as big as a beach ball, then one of these algae would be the size of a football. One of these bacteria, the size of a golf ball, and one of these viruses would be only the size of a full stop. Some microbes are helpful to humans, some are harmful. The harmful ones we often call germs. Here are some fascinating microbe facts. Even though fungi look ugly, people eat them. Some cheeses are made by deliberately letting the cheese go moldy. Sneezes contain water, mucus, and also the viruses that give you a cold. A sneeze travels out of a person's nose at up to 100 miles an hour. Seaweed is made up of millions of algae joined together. It is used to make ice cream and jellies stay firm.
Well, that's it.
But it's given me an idea. First of all, I'm going to scan these books. Now, you stay here. I'm going to go and see someone. Express -321.
XP decided he wanted to inquire some more, and he found the address of somewhere he could go and ask. He wanted me to stay indoors and keep away from the bugs, but I figured a trip to the doctor wouldn't be a bad idea, so off I went.
Scan to identify. Audio on.
Activated. Scanning. This is a biology laboratory. This is Ralph and Balgit. They are biologists.
My name's XP. Have you got bugs?
I beg your pardon?
No, I mean here, in the laboratory. Only I've brought some I need identifying. I just wondered if you could help me.
Oh, I see. Yes, I can help you.
Splendid. I'll put them on my side screen. Activate scan do by remote. Scan to display. What's this little fellow?
This is a soil mite. It is a tiny insect, about the size of a grain of sand. It lives on dead leaves and dung. It's completely harmless.
And what about these?
These are dust mites. They can be found on beds and carpets, and they live on dead skin.
I found these in some greeny-looking water.
Oh, those are algae. They're tiny plants. Algae is found in water, where it can grow very quickly.
This was on some mouldy fruit.
Oh, these are fungi. They are not plants or animals. They're something different. It's made up of things called spores. They float through the air. Some land on food where they grow.
What about these little ones that were in the sink?
Oh, these are bacteria. They are found all over the place. In the house, outside in the air, even inside your body.
Is this one a bacteria too?
Oh no, these are viruses. They're the smallest forms of life, even smaller than a bacteria. They're never found on their own. They can only live inside an animal or plant. Our body doesn't like them, so they can make us feel ill.
Well, thank you. That was most helpful. Deactivate scan do. Would you like a crisp?
Thank you.
Ooh, on second thoughts, they might have bacteria all over them. Better keep them for myself. Express -3, 2, 1.
Come in.
Meanwhile, I'd gone to my doctor to see what I could find out.
Come take a seat.
I've been feeling really, really bad.
You look like you got a bit of a red nose. Has your nose been running recently at all?
Yeah.
Any cough at all?
No.
Have you had a sore throat?
Yeah.
Let me just have a quick look at you then. Just lean forward and feel under your neck. Okay. And open your mouth wide for me. Big R. Okay, looks a bit red and some lovely green stuff coming down your nose there. Well, Sarah, I think probably what you've got is just a common cold and you're almost certainly over the worst of it now.
So how did I get it?
Well, you've probably heard of things called microbes. There's all different sorts. There's very small ones called viruses, which cause your cold and also cause other illnesses like measles, mumps and rubella. And there are slightly bigger ones called bacteria. They cause things like stomach upsets, diarrhea and vomiting. And even slightly bigger than those are ones called fungi, which cause things like athlete's foot. And then there are even some very tiny small animals, such as house dust mite, which make you cough a lot at night.
Is there no cure for this?
That's right, there is no cure for the cold, and you don't need a cure, your body will get over it by yourself. But for other illnesses caused by microbes, there are plenty of cures.
These microbes sound really nasty.
Well, not really. There's millions of microbes living on your body all the time. Most of them are harmless, and some of them might do you some good. There are a few harmful ones, but there's various ways to avoid those. Upstairs, we've got a workshop going on microbes. If you like, we can go up and have a look.
Okay.
And if we can just move into the middle here. Here's a disgusting sight. Yuck. Okay, yucky bread. Bugs and microbes like nice, moist, warm conditions. So if you leave bread out for, say, 3 or 4 days, it'll turn up like that. That's why it's important to store food properly, either in proper containers or to put it in the fridge, especially with things like meat. And fresh foods you must always eat by the time it says on the date on the packet, or else you'll get very sick. Okay, let's pop over here then. We're just going to do a little experiment. Ivy, I just asked you to wash your hands in there. These are Petri dishes. They have a special jelly in that microbes like to grow on. So with your dirty hands, if you'd like to touch the top 2, lots of jelly. And Ivy, with her nice clean hands now, is going to touch the bottom 2. Now, if we left those for a day or 2, this is what would happen. You look at these ones here. Which of those, Sarah, do you think have been touched by people with dirty hands?
These ones.
That's right. You can see the finger shapes and millions of little microbes there. But the top ones, touched by people with clean hands, hardly have any. That's why it's so important to wash your hands if you're going to eat or when you've been to the toilet. But now it's time to do some dressing up. I'm sure you've seen some of these clothes before.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, on television when people do operations. When we do operations, you have to be very clean on the outside, so we cover everything up. So even if you wash your hair every day, it'll still have lots of microbes on it. So if you want to put this hat on for me, and usually what we do is tuck all your hair up inside there, so it's all out of the way. Did you tread on anything on the way to the hospital today?
No.
If you had done, though, there'd been loads of bugs there. So we cover up the bottom of your feet by putting those on.
All right.
And that keeps those nice and clean, so you can go into nice clean areas. The same goes for the outside of your clothes, which is why we get you to wear a gown like this. And if we're doing operations, or doing lots of things with babies that have been born very early, we'd have to put on a gown like that. There's no bugs at all on the outside of those. And then finally, because you've got a cold, and every time you sneeze, hundreds of bugs come out very fast, we put a mask on like that, so that now you're totally enclosed and everything on the outside of you is clean. Lastly, we usually just put on a pair of gloves, and that keeps the outside of your hands clean as well. And there you are.
Sarah, where are you? Hope she hasn't caught any more bugs. I'm gonna give this place a good clean up and get rid of them all.
Hi, XP.
Nah,
What's with the housework?
I'm getting rid of all the microbes in case one of them makes you ill.
Yeah, well, go easy. Not all of them are harmful, you know. Some of them are quite useful.
Yes. Well, I thought I'd done enough. What about you? What have you been doing?
I've been down to the doctor. He says I have a common cold.
And has he given you any medicine to cure it?
No, there is no cure for the common cold.
You mean you'll have it forever? How dreadful. You'll spend the rest of your life going with your nose turned the wrong way round. Oh, my Sarah, let me look after you. Lie back, sit down, put your feet up. No, Sarah.
Like that,
Yes, it is. I know it is, Sarah. I'm going to clear away all these mops and dirty buckets and things. Bye, Sarah.
So, that's why I'm here. It's only a titty little cold. But I can't get through to XP that just because there's no cure for the common cold doesn't mean I won't get better.
Here you are, Sarah. I've brought you some of your favourite things.
Mind you, it does have its advantages.
I always liked having my favourite things to eat whenever I got the fruzzles.
What's the fruzzles?
Oh, it's quite common on my planet. It's a bit like your flu.
Don't tell me. You get purple spots all over your face and your nose goes green and it comes on very, very quickly.
How did you know that?
I think you better look in the mirror, XP.